If you're gonna whisper,
when
go
you
ahead.
want to make
I'm gonna steal your sunshine and I'll shit on your parade. Don't get me started on doing My opinion matters, yours will fall in last place. I'm not shutting up and you'll be learning my name. Fifth in the family, but first in my mind. 1 out of 10, but I'm ranking just fine. We've only got now, there's no afterlife. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm just speaking my mind. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everyone's coming on Kyle tonight. Wait, what? No, nobody's coming on Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I never shut up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I never shut up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die.
Alrighty, everybody, we are live with Season 5, Episode 24 of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up, the penultimate episode of this season. It's a great word, penultimate.
Yeah.
I love that word.
I do like it.
When I found out what it meant, I think it was a David Cross stand-up album, he said,
Right.
you know when you say ultimate and not penultimate, and you're like, get confused, blah, 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 and I was like, totally confused. There's a thing you can put in front of ultimate, like penultimate. So this is the penultimate, I was going to say album. My new album. Something about my tits. I was saying it before, now I forget it. Either way, the penultimate episode of Season 5 of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. I am your host, Kyle Mocha. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here in the present and also in the future, and as always, in the past. Thank you so much for figuring out how to do that weird witch magic that you're doing and listening to us back in 1725, maybe. Who knows?
Who knows?
Could be happening. Witch magic can do anything. Witch magic can do anything. I've watched WandaVision.
What would you be doing
I
in
know.
1728?
1728?
Yeah.
Dying.
Probably just being a bar, dying of some disease from a lack of doctors. We have doctors now, and I don't use them. So, back then, I definitely wouldn't have been going to the horse dentist. Like that guy. He's a dentist that's a horse.
I go to the horse brothel.
The horse brothel? Hey, sir, these are for mules only. But she looks so pretty. Oh, my little mare. All right, so joining me here for this very special episode is, as always, Mr. Justin Olimpado.
Hey, man.
How you doing today, brother?
I'm okay.
You doing good?
Yeah.
How's life? Everything going well? Anything
Yeah.
you want to talk about? We're
No.
good? Let's
Yeah.
move on
All right.
to the one, the only, Mr. Zachary Stormin. That was almost like a pre-cum of a pop there. You had a little and then
I got a little pre-cum
yeah, and then
everywhere.
as you should, you shot it right to the mouth and you took care of that pre-cum. That's the way you take care of pre-cum. We're learning things
Pre-cum
here.
can still get people pregnant.
It definitely can. That's why it should go in the mouth. That's why it should go in the mouth. The guy's mouth, I'm preferring. You should, ladies, wipe it off and just shove it in his mouth and go, this is for you. This is for you. All right,
Everyone
guys.
likes the taste of their own brand.
Apparently. And somebody that I know does like the taste of his own brand. We are also joined by a special guest, old friend of both the show and all of ours in real life. We have Mr. William Parshall here with us, rocking out. We're going to be drinking a lot of beer. And
yes.
there's somebody, that I've consumed a beverage or two with, and we want to bring him on board to taste some weird beer.
Yeah.
And I thought of him when I was purchasing some of the feature ones that we have tonight. And I was thinking of Zach's shirt when I was thinking of our sipping beer here, Natty Light. But we're going to get to that. We're going to get all these rated and ranked and everything. But I did want to bring up, I was reading today, I was looking up music news.
Music news.
Music news. Papa Roach is releasing their second greatest hits volume.
Yeah, they have like
They have
30
two
albums.
Yeah. Name 5 Papa Roach. Like, do you guys would know more than me? I can remember.
think I
had
only
to
know
write
the
them
one
down.
song.
Scars. Scars is the one that I remember kind of
Yeah,
liking.
and Last Resort.
Last
Last
Resort.
Resort,
That
yeah.
is the one.
And then they have a lot. They have
They
like
have a lot of
12
songs.
albums.
I was
They never
listening-
stop. They never
ever.
stop being big. They just not. To
And they
us.
morphed.
Yeah,
They morphed
true.
with the times because I remember Papa Roach, Last Resort, early
Right.
2000s Papa Roach, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember when all of a sudden, I think it was Scars around that time, when the lead singer, I'm assuming Mr. Roach, said Papa,
Daddy Roach.
Daddy,
The Roach Daddy.
Father Papa, as they probably call him in the band, Father Papa. He all of a sudden just started looking like James Hart from 18 Visions. Like he had that jet
Yeah,
black, like
yeah.
faux hawk, but not a faux hawk, not a
Yeah.
pompadour hair, and he was black, every eyeliner, like got really scene looking, but like 4 years after the fact. And that's when Scars came out. But Scars to me is kind of the male equivalent of Since You've Been Gone. Like it's a banger. It's a fucking good
Yeah.
song. It's a great radio rock song.
Dude, Since You've Been Gone.
But Since You've Been Gone is so much better. Since You've Been Gone is way better. But it's on that level where I'm just kind of like, yeah, like
Suck
somebody.
on my dong.
Okay, we can do that now, later. No, okay, let's not do that. You're right. That's disgusting.
Kelly Clarkson.
Also, in music news, Greta Van Fleet. I think it's that girl that's fighting against
That we
climate
stole her
change?
childhood.
Yeah, the climate
feel
change
bad
girl,
for
right?
her.
Greta Van Fleet. Oh wait, no, the band Greta Van Fleet are aiming to bust down old walls on their new single, "Broken Bells." And there's always been this like stigma about them that they just sound like Led Zeppelin, that they're just a straight ripoff of Led Zeppelin. We've talked about it in the past.
Yeah.
And they're breaking down walls, and they're really stepping outside on this one because it pretty much just sounds like Stairway to Heaven. It's literally, they finally are going, we're doing a soft one here. We're doing a soft song. I don't know if I love or hate them. I still go back and forth on that because what they're doing is good for what they are doing, and his voice is amazing, but it's like how trained are you? Like, were they ever actually a Led Zeppelin cover band or a tribute band or anything like that?
They're children.
They are like 23 years
Yeah, I
old
don't
now,
know.
right? Like they've been around for a decade and they're like early 20s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Still not sold on them. Don't really love them. But go check it out if you're a Greta Van Fleet fan and you're excited for them to turn into, whatever happened in the 80s. Are you excited for like in 20 years when Puff Daddy samples a Greta Van Fleet song?
in 20
In 20 years, it's going to be 9-year-old
Bad Boys.
Puff
run
Gramps.
out.
Puffy Gramps.
Yeah.
Grampy Puff.
Everybody.
G Puff.
Puffy Pappy.
Yeah, Grand Puff. Grand Puff. There
Grand
you go.
Puff, that's a
Grand
good
Puff.
one.
All right, we're gonna get at you. We're gonna drink some of your weird fucking vodka or whatever it is you make, and we're gonna make a deal on this, and we're gonna enjoy it. I was talking to Justin about this earlier. I have this idea for a segment that I like. We're gonna be doing some more pre-tape stuff in the near
Pre-cum.
future. More pre-cum in the near future. And I came up with this idea for a little show that I'm going to do, but I'm encouraging both of you to do it on your own as well. And it's called Hey, Look What I Did, or just Look What I Did. And it's sitting your parents down and just forcing them to listen through songs that you have selected from our catalog.
My parents.
Your parents
to those
listen.
songs.
Your parents listen to songs. So for you, it'd be a much different thing than for me or for Justin.
right.
So for like me, I'd be sitting down having coffee and crumb cake with my parents and playing Scrabble while I force them to listen to like It's Coming and explains, how it's like, okay, this is about what Jesus should have done. He should have just murdered all the assholes.
Yeah.
And then get the reaction. But what I really like the idea of doing it, and then I think I'm gonna slowly work through my entire family. And it's going to be a project for me to like be able to travel a little bit. I have to go to Virginia and Florida and Arizona, but also knock them out at weddings. Like that's probably going to be the easiest way.
I
So,
love
like,
knocking family members out.
I love knocking a good family member out at a wedding.
Hey, I heard you were getting married.
But I think you guys know my parents a little bit. Not you haven't hung out with them as much as like I've hung out with Zach, your parents, or that I've been around Justin's mom. My parents, they've been around, but not as much. From your exposure to my parents, from the time that my dad exposed himself to you, and my mom was like, "Larry, put that away." What song do you think would be the worst song to play for my parents? Do you think of our catalog, is there anything specific that you think you should not play that for your parents because it's immediately going to become like the number 2 song?
I want to say Bitchin' Christmas, but when I think of the actual music of Bitchin' Christmas, I think your parents are
they're just gonna be like,
if they didn't hear the words, they'd be like just like bouncing to it.
My parents are famous for, to me at least, really loving songs. Then when I found out what the song meant as I got older, I'd be like, "Hey, you know what they're singing about?" Like a 40-year-old guy singing about a 15-year-old girl in the song, right? Like, you're almost 16 and soon you'll be mine, and it's all fun and everything. So me and Justin were talking about it. We think Satan Baby would be a good one to play.
That would be a good one. And thinking more about it on the music side, either something from Old Trash, like towards the end of the album.
Extra Dimensional Hellfire.
Ooh, that's it. Extra Dimensional Hellfire.
Or Pull Me Back.
Pull Me Back would be a good one. Anything that's got like weird, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out the lyrics of the song. I'm going to hand them the lyrics of the song.
Your mom's really not, really into extreme metal.
No, she's not into loud music at all, and she doesn't like screaming, and she thinks I'm just destroying my voice when I do that, which, maybe. The fact that I went...
Say, Ma, I'm destroying more than my voice.
Yes. I'm destroying my chances of getting into heaven.
Watch the podcast. I'm destroying my body and soul,
Everything.
too.
All day long. Well, that's a good enough transition for me. Speaking of destroying our bodies, we've got beer to drink. So let's jump into it. Justin, what are we drinking?
We drink it so you don't have to. Rub you in the morning from the bathroom. Cheap booze and craft brews. Rub you in the morning from the bathroom. What are we drinking? What are we drinking? Yeah!
Alrighty, guys. So our beverage, as I already kind of alluded to earlier, Zach's wearing the shirt and he's drinking the beverage. We are sipping on some Natural Light. I was shocked when we were in the store and I looked through the list of things we've done this season. We've done Keystone, but we've not done Natty Light. So we haven't done Natty Light, Natty Daddy, anything like that. We're gonna have to do a whole Natty. What are we drinking? Pre-cummed,
Natty Family. I want some Natty Mommy.
Oh, what would a Natty Mommy be? Like
Titty
a
milk?
mimosa? Oh, titty milk. Okay.
Titty milk.
It's just made with milk sugars.
It's Natty Light's first milk stout.
Milk stuff, yeah. Natty Mama. That'd be good one. This is a beer that you get for a party. This is a beer that you get when you've got $10 and you want 15 beers. This is a beer that you get when you don't care. Yeah.
But you don't want to put unnatural preservatives in your body.
Because that, Zach, way more about Natty Light than any of us. So
I'm a big Natty Light
what is your
fan.
experience with Natty Light? What is your knowledge of Natty Light? Educate us on this beverage.
Preach, brother.
Preach it.
Well, it was started by Anheuser.
Yeah. They got the logo right there in the can.
As to not have preservatives and other crap in it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be,
So all the derivatives of this are then in turn supposed to be... So your Natty Daddy is supposed to be a natural, no preservatives, high-octane 8%er. All right.
I don't know if I believe that that's how it is anymore.
I don't think it's possible with the way that it tastes.
But that is what Budweiser does. You know, they have those boxes.
Yep.
We only have 4 ingredients.
Yep.
Yeah, it's what it tastes like. Water.
Rice, and it's proudly rice,
Yep.
water, hops,
and malt.
not even barley. They don't use barley in their beer
No,
anymore.
is it barley or
Barley or might be barley? Yeah, it's not a malt
Definitely
beverage.
fucking
Yeah.
rice, though.
It's barley.
It's rice.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
100% rice. Now, but it's natural
This,
rice.
I don't remember. This might
Now, what is
cereal
it?
grains.
Do we,
No,
do we-
this is rice too.
We've got the ABV on this guy. Where is this motherfucker's ABV? Do they even
4.2.
4.2. So it's 4.2%. It is a very crushable beverage.
Yes.
This is the keg that you get when you don't want to spend more than $70 on a keg, and then you forget about the goddamn security deposit.
Oh, yeah.
And you've
Every
got
fucking-
$78.
Forget about the keg.
Let's just
You've got
forget
a
about
keg on your front porch for 2 fucking
Two.
years.
It is 2 years. Yeah, I was gonna say 3, but yeah, 2. I don't know, Justin. What's your opinion on Natural Light? Because I think it's good. I think it's easy
I don't
enough
have
to
any
drink.
problem with it. I drank plenty of it.
I don't really. I think I've had enough of it that I don't get like a headache from it or anything. Like it doesn't give me like the shitty beer response. But I also drank a lot of Natty Daddy during quarantine. Like that
Well,
was.
Naughty Daddy is way stronger.
Oh, it's literally
8%.
double. It's
Yeah,
double the
8%,
beer, and you taste it. You taste it. But this, I don't let it get warm. I don't like to drink it. These shitty beers warm. We force ourselves to once in a while. But I enjoy it. Like it's easy. Now, Will, you're sipping on one with us as well.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Brutal honesty on Natural Light. What do you think of this beverage?
Okay, so I've never had this before. I've been drinking Miller Lights. This isn't that bad.
Yeah, you've never had a Natty Light before.
I don't think so, actually.
Really? Well, you're a guy that likes things to taste good. You know, you generally
It
like.
won't taste bad.
I mean, you
but-
drink Miller Lite. You've had PBR. You like things that have like a good taste of sweetness. Is this sweet enough for you? Has it got a good little?
It's not.
It's not sweet.
That's
really
why
at
I
all.
like it.
Yeah,
it's
no, it's
dry.
not sweet. It's sweet. It's not sweet.
It's not sweet. All right. So let's go around Zach on a scale of 0 to 100. This is
69,
your baby.
dude.
69, 100%. I figured you were going right around there. It was either that or a bunch of decimals. Justin, 0 to 100.
I'll
Natty Light.
second it on it.
Seconding a 69.
Woo!
All right, Will.
This is a Natural Light household here.
Will,
Justin.
0 to 100 on a scale of what we're grading it as a light beer. We're grading it for what it is, not overall every beer ever, but for a light 4.2% beverage. Your honest opinion, 0 to 100. What does this get?
Fucking 69.
60. Well, Who am I to deny
yeah.
its rightful place and to save me doing math? Natty Light, you get a 69. You are above passing, but you are not amazingly well made. You are. Well, you're well made.
You're right.
just-
You're right.
You're
You're right.
there.
I
Off
don't
the
know.
cuff.
People tell me I'm crazy. I'm like, this is so good.
It's better
I
than
like
Bush.
it.
It's better than Bush
for
Light.
To me, it's like a Bush Anheuser's version of Coors Light.
Yep. Exactly.
It's like a Coors Light, but
it has more flavor.
it's a little more
Yeah.
flavor.
It has more flavor, and I don't need to worry about the thing being blue for it to taste good. You know, I always have anxiety over making sure it's blue before I drink it. All right, so we're gonna jump into our first. Well, we're gonna jump into our first featured single of the evening while we sip on this Natural Light. We have a featured band today that I did not mention off the top there because I was being nonsensical. But today we are featuring Voodoo Shakedown. They are a female-fronted rock trio from Toronto. Currently, they're promoting upcoming
Big up to
Instagram
Canada.
live streams, which can be found on their Insta or their Twitter at Voodoo Shakedown. Their music is available on Spotify, Apple Music /iTunes, and YouTube, plus any other platform you may stream music. I don't know where else you're streaming music, but you know, it's like our music. Anywhere you want to find it, you're going to find it, and more as the days
in
go
your
on.
mailbox, maybe.
Yeah.
In your shoe.
I hope it's in your shoe. I hope it's in your boot.
I'm taping
There's a
fucking
brunch in your boot.
CDs to the bottom of gas tanks.
Nice, and no one's ever gonna hear them, ever. All right, so they've got like a heavy blues rock feel. They've got some dirtier tones and stuff like that. The sultry, smooth vocals. She definitely, and I'm sure every female vocalist hates hearing this comparison, or maybe they love it. I don't know. Not assuming to know anything about the world of women and their brains. But she reminds me of Janis Joplin in kind of the swagger of her approach to her vocals and everything. Okay. They have amassed quite a big cult following, so it's really awesome that they agreed to be on our show. I feel like I'm reaching for not the stars, but the moon on this one, you know? Or at least a satellite that's going by, a Canadian satellite. So the first song that we're going to hear from them is called Not Today. And again, the band is Voodoo Shakedown. Justin, let's jump right into it. We're going to sip these natties and be back to talk about Brolsch
Yep.
Enjoy the
Girls
song.
Life.
Good for nothing bad, talking son of a gun. Got nothing left to do but hold the hollering drum. Been on my heels a long time. Jump and take a ride. Walk around town like you got me paid. Running out now, got nothing to say. Time to call it in. Ain't gon' get your way. No, not today, baby. This won't so make for running you down on your glory days are gone. No, not today, baby. I see you shine and raise your hand. Won't let you wear my hate bleeding. I've been doing good, so you want me dead. Just never knew the challenge that laid at hand. So who you kidding, boy? Hard work ain't your thing. Rebel, rebel man, been taking a toll, been getting your kicks, trying to shoot my soul. Trouble's my main enemy. Make sure you nail your aim. A long way down for me to fall. Bury me deep and sealed up hole, 'cause I'll be back and I'll take all that is mine. Took my money, you took my car, but my love slows down. I want it all. By the time you're put in place, I'll correct your mistakes. No, not today, baby. This won't so make for running you down when your glory days are gone. No, not today, baby. I see you shine and raise your head. Won't let you wear my hate bleeding. It's a long way down for me to fall. Bury me deep, seal that hole. 'Cause I'll be back and not to take all that is mine. Take all that is mine and kill your pride. It's a long way down for me to fall. Bury me deep and seal that hole. 'Cause I'll be back and not to take all that is mine. Take all that is mine and kill your pride.
Alrighty, guys, there you have it. Once again, that was Not Today from Voodoo Shakedown. We have two more singles that we're going to be playing from them. But yeah, I definitely, like I was saying, like while we were listening to it, I didn't want to throw the word country out there, but she has this like, and I don't know in Canada what their equivalent of country music is, if it's the same as ours or not. It's all the way up there, like 600 miles away.
Shania Twain?
Yeah, like I get a little bit of that, like really
Canada?
aggressive. Is she? Shania? Is she Canadian? Check that out. Is Shania Twain Canadian?
Maybe I'm just totally wrong.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but that sounds like a thing. I just think of Celine Dion, and that does not sound like a
That's
Celine
not-
Dion Canadian
yes, no.
lady. That's not. She's not a French Canadian, I don't think.
Yeah, she is. She is.
Celine
Yeah.
Dion?
Shania Twain.
I was gonna say, I'm
Really?
pretty sure Celine Dion was.
Yes, Celine
Also,
Dion.
Alanis
Dion.
Morissette.
Alanis Morissette, yeah. And I
You
definitely.
know what?
Fuck.
Every time Alanis Morissette comes on the radio, my brother goes, "Oh, Alanis Morissette."
Alanis Morissette. Oh, Jesus. That'd be just a good band name
No,
right there.
he said, "Oh, look, it's Alanis Morissette."
Because it's a solid joke and it works on repeat over and over again. Those are the good ones that you just keep digging a hole and throwing it deeper, burying it, and then digging up all anus Morissette. But again, that was a Voodoo Shakedown. And yeah, just fun blues style fucking guitar. It's fucking got that crunch and that dirtiness to it, and the drummer is fucking tight. That is he's a tight drummer. I'm just going to tell you that. All right, that's my personal opinion right there. All right, guys, we got to jump into another beer before we jump into another song. So we're going Grolsch. Grolsch is German, correct?
We are not getting. I said this before. The Pop Tops.
Yeah, we don't have the Pop Tops right now. It's Netherlands, technically. From the Netherlands. And this was founded back in 1615. So this is one of the oldest beers that we've tried on the show. Even though it's not in the cool pop top, I like the holdability of this bottle. It's like almost squared off on the side where it says Grolsch. So just on a comfort level, it fits better in the hand in that way. It feels more like a grip on it, and it looks like it was supposed to have a label here, and then it doesn't. But
no,
it works. I know, but it looks like it was supposed to.
Oh, this beer
says Grolsch,
1615 Grolsch Premium Pilsner, and this one's not old, so we know it's not old. I'm always worried about green bottles, so I have to check. So it is a 5% alcohol by volume, and yeah, the only reason I ever bought a Grolsch to begin with was I saw the top, and then me and my brother-in-law just sat there and played the top game. And at Floods, they were like, "Can we take your shit out of the way?" And I'm like, "No, we're still playing with it. Bring me another whatever else I'm drinking now." But we were just like trying to do that whole flip game and get it on top. But I don't really remember the taste of it. Or Justin, are you a Grolsch guy? Have you had a Grolsch? Have you ever purchased Grolsch for yourself?
Oh, for sure. And every time that I take a sip of it, I feel like it's something that came from the Goonies. Like in the fucking old pizza shop. Like in the cellar. Like I feel like this beer has just been sitting down there.
This
I don't
beer
know, it has
does
like
taste
a
old.
musty
It does taste old. It does have a sweetness. It tastes kind of like Heineken, but like if you took Heineken and you shook it up a bunch, opened the bottle, poured it into another bottle, resealed that bottle, and then let it sit out for like 3 weeks.
Wow, you're real shitty on that. This is better than Heineken.
I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think I like the sweetness of Heineken.
Dude, this is better than Heineken, and Heineken is better than Stella.
This has almost a little bit of a fucking like a Belgian taste.
Yeah, it almost has like more like Pilsner or Kel, like in that way.
Well,
of, like,
this
that
is
earthiness.
a Pilsner. Where,
but that like earthiness.
A Heineken is
a
lager.
Yeah. So I'll judge it on being a Pilsner.
Totally, it tastes like weed too.
It definitely has
well,
like
the hopping. We've talked about this before.
the hops and the weeds are very, very
flavor.
close. They're literally like their atoms are offshot just a little, and they make all of the difference. In flavor though, I don't know. I don't like right off the bat that first taste. Like maybe this is I have to get through a whole one and then I'll appreciate it.
And as
right
I
off
taste
the bat,
it more,
I don't really like it. I
as
thought
I
I was
taste
like
it more,
this
I
one.
get that black licorice flavor.
See, I'm
Like
not getting that.
there's like something.
There's an
to it.
anise thing in there.
Anise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe.
You mean anus?
Anise? Anus?
All anise?
All anise Morissette?
the Canadian.
So Zach,
version.
you appreciate this. You think it's better than
Were you
Heineken.
not drinking these? I bought the night of the huge snowfall.
No, I was
I
not
brought
drinking these.
Grolsch over to your house after I plowed your driveway.
Oh, I did have one. Yeah, I that was just a fuck all of a day. So I don't really remember hating it or not hating it. But I don't know. I've not ever purchased this outside of Floods. Outside of just being in a bar that I just wanted to play with the top, and it's probably been a decade since I've had it.
We need a blind taste test of Grolsch, Stella, Carlsberg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carl's. That was the other one we almost went with today.
And Heineken.
All the
Heineken.
European green bottles.
Yeah.
Stella's not green, but Stella is right
might
there
as well
in the
be.
same taste.
Is it? I think it's a. I thought it was a white wrapper around a green bottle. Is it a brown
Stella's
bottle?
a clear bottle.
I'm thinking something else. I'm thinking of something else for sure.
Maybe they did a colored bottle.
Maybe, I don't know. We also looked at Peroni. Peroni could be one that's in that
maybe.
kind of in that vein as well.
Peroni's okay.
I like Peroni. I do like Peroni. It has a little bit more
I like
sweetness.
pepperoni.
Okay.
Now,
I like pepperoni nipples.
pepperoni nipples.
Pepperoni nipples.
Better than pancake, I'll tell you that. Just saying.
Do you know Patty Pancake Tits? Everyone
Maybe.
knows a Patty Pancake Tits.
I do know A. Her name wasn't Patty, but yeah, I know her, or him. Or him. Yeah, I'm just gonna get my grade out of the way because I don't want to totally insult this beer, but it's not anything. I thought it was going to have a sweeter taste to it, and I'm gonna go with the 63 on this. I think it's right below where I think it should be. I was thinking I was gonna give it a 70 about there. So yeah, I'm gonna go 63 on it. It's not terrible.
It is a Pilsner.
It is a Pilsner. So
like,
judging it as a Pilsner, I still would rather have Miller Lite. Like I would rather have Miller Lite than this. Going off of Pilsner. But I get that it's a traditional, it's an old recipe, and people love it. So sorry, people. Will, what are you thinking on Grolsch? 0 to 100 on that scale. What are you thinking on this guy?
Oof.
How do you feel?
I don't know. I'm a fan of the Grolsch.
You like the Grolsch?
I've drank it many times.
Okay.
I'm a fan. I'm gonna give it a fucking 84.
84. All right.
I'm a big fan of Grolsch.
He likes it. He likes it. That kind of saves.
I'm a big
Kind
fan.
of almost will cancel out my ranking depending on where you guys go here. So Justin, what is your 0 to 100 scale on this guy?
I'm at a 65.
65.
Yeah.
All right.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I don't mind them. I will drink them.
You said it tasted like it came out of the basement of the Goonies.
Yeah, every time I take it the first sip, that's what it reminds me of. Like that, like something that you would find in the Goonies. Like just fucking shit.
I'm kind of getting the licorice feel to it now after I'm having a little bit more. I don't know if that's just
I'm
sitting on my
desensitized.
tongue. Zach, 0 to 100, where are we going on this guy?
72.
72. So that's just rough maths in my head. That's going to put it right in the early mid 70s there. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Next week we are going to be going over our beer rankings for this season. We've got a bunch of beer that we have consumed, so we're going to be going
We're going to
over
have one of every beer.
all of them. Oh my
Hammer.
god. Well, we've done 20. It'll be 24 episodes that had
But
featured
we
beer
took like three
and
four
3 beers a night. So we're looking at a good hundo beers. We can do it.
72.
72, something like that. 3, 4, 2 tree, who knows. All right, guys, so we're going to jump into another single here from Voodoo Shakedown. This single is called Play With Fire. It's one of their more recent releases. Again, if you like what you're hearing, you can go over to @Voodoo Shakedown on Instagram and Twitter. You can find them anywhere that you stream music. So here it is. Jump right in, Justin. Play With Fire. See you guys in a couple minutes, where we'll be getting into Red Stripe.
Hell yeah.
It is Play With Fire from Voodoo Shakedown. Again, out of Toronto. You can find them at Voodoo Shakedown on Instagram, Twitter, and find all their music streaming. Anywhere you can find brunch music, you can find Voodoo Shakedown. That's... I would love to be at, in a perfect world where we can go to shows and everything like that. This sounds like the band that, like, if you went to a really good bar that didn't have cover bands, they just had actual bands playing, this would be a great band to just get fucked up and watch. Like, it's that heavy riffs, that heavy blues feel to it.
They should go on tour with, Thunder Pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Name?
Or Pussy Riot, one of them. They should just go on with any
Pussy
band.
Riot's a punk band.
Yeah, I know, but that would be a great show. I'm sure they would get along because, they're...
Women?
No, they're both entertaining, and my ideal situation, we're in a bar with a bunch of drunk people, and punk and rock go together when you're drunk in a bar.
Sure.
Zach over here.
It's very true.
Judging women. You crazy bastard, you.
Not me, bud, not me.
But yeah, during that song again, while we were listening to it, I brought up again Shania Twain. She has that feel in her voice. But Justin, you pointed out that is just a really awesome recording of her vocals. The effects that they're using on it are they're on fire. And if that is what radio rock was, I would be so much happier with the world if that is what we were able to play on just every radio station, because it's fucking grooving. It's moving to the music, and somebody turned around and said, "Play that, white boy." That's what they said. I was like paraphrasing that song, and I couldn't remember the lyrics.
I was listening to that today.
Were you? No, well, that's gonna come into play when we start talking about our song. But we've got one more beer that is going to be paired with one more song from Voodoo Shakedown tonight. So we are now going to... We didn't go Canadian at all. We are now going to Jamaica.
Right near the beach.
You said that to me. You said, hey, the band tonight's from Canada. Check in the fridge.
Check in the fridge, and you're like, Netherlands and Jamaica.
Yeah,
what?
No, this one's definitely Jamaica.
This is definitely Jamaica. Now, I've only had Red Stripe a handful of times. I don't really remember what the flavor of it is. I thoroughly enjoy the bottles. Another bottle that is just more comfortable in your hand. I like the little stubbies.
Rocco would always go on about Red
I think this might
he
be
would
like
come
a
to
honey
Floods.
beer.
He would go to Floods and get Red Stripes all the time.
Since
we get done with work, he'd be like, "Yo, you want to go have a Red Stripe?" And be like, "All right."
Well, it says on the bottle, since 1928, Red Stripe has embodied the spirit, rhythm, and pulse of Jamaica and its people. And we got an ABV on this motherfucker. They put ABVs on these things.
Yeah,
I don't know. All the way 4.8. 4.8. There we go. So Red Stripe, Jamaican lager beer, 4.7%. So I do like that it's a little bit above your normal pacing beer level. It's more above the 4.2, 4.4s. I just took a sip, and I thoroughly enjoy what just happened in my mouth.
Yep.
It is, you're right, Will. There is some sweetness there that is almost on a honey level. I'm assuming, I don't know, is Jamaica, do they have sugar cane? Is there an island that can grow sugar cane? Because that's what it kind of reminds me of, like when you get something that's
like
from
Jamaican rum or something.
Yeah, Jamaican rum, like anything like that.
So I'm sure they do. They make rum in Jamaica.
Yeah, like big in sugar cane.
You have to make sugar cane.
I wonder if their honey export is as big as that, but it does have that honey level sweetness, not just a straight cane
I've been
sugar
to Jamaica
sweetness.
and I didn't see any bees.
I was say, did you?
There's no honey in.
No honey. All right.
It's literally just
a lot of goats in Jamaica.
A lot of goat. So maybe we got some goat sugar in this.
Yo, jerk goat.
When I was in Jamaica, this was the only beer at the resort.
I was gonna say what you had
there
told
was
me
two
that.
beers on tap at the entire resort.
Red Stripe and Red Stripe Light.
Yep.
And
They
that
had
was it.
every liquor ever made, but they only had Red Stripe.
Did
and
you
Red
at
Stripe
any
Light.
point get tired of it? Over how long were you there?
A week.
A week. A whole week.
Maybe 6 days.
Did you get tired of drinking Red Stripe while you were down there? No. Is it better there than it is here, or is it not a Guinness factor here?
I'm gonna tell you from what I remember, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
That's
and
good.
I was drinking it on tap.
I will say that when people that like grew up in the islands come to America and they go to an American bar, at least in my experience of working at an American bar and having a Jamaican guy come in, they're looking for this So that makes me think that they know that it's the same as what they got back at home, or it's close enough that they can get in on it. But the other thing is, they don't have a lot of Heineken owns this, I'm assuming is what you're going to say.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Heineken owns Redstripe. Yeah, fuck you.
That
but it's still brewed.
Makes sense in the
it's
flavor.
still brewed in Jamaica.
In Jamaica,
it's put back into production.
One thing that a lot of countries, especially like countries that are island countries that might not have like the resources to have like made ice or made like refrigerators, they can still make ice. So back in the day they were brewing beer.
There's no ice in Jamaica.
And is there at all? But Jamaican guys, when they come here, ask for it with ice. Almost.
No, I mean there is.
Yeah.
Before refrigeration,
but
they weren't shipping ice down far south. I don't think.
Yeah, I guess they didn't have a way of like burying it at underground. Or
I mean,
anything
it wasn't
ice.
until like the early 1900s that they could have seafood in
Thomas Edison or
in the middle of the country.
Tesla.
Yeah, one of those guys probably had something to do.
I could be wrong. Maybe there is a wild ass ice trade.
So
in
what
the
I'm saying
1800s
still
in Jamaica,
rings true that
know.
nowadays they're getting their beer down there and they might not have or maybe it's just not tradition to refrigerate your beer, so they ask for ice to pour their beer into. When you got the beer, was it cold on tap, like in a resort and everything?
I was at a resort.
You're at just a white people resort, basically.
Yeah.
So funny story.
Hedonism, right?
Hedonism.
Yeah.
Dude, so I used to be a janitor at a government building, and I worked with this old dude named Victor. He's like almost 70, but like we're janitoring it up, and
it's the best verb I've heard all day.
He was like straight from Jamaica. He was like the sweetest man in the world, but he used to work at the Red Stripe Brewery.
Oh, really?
Right? Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
So he said that like people would just drink on the job, because I mean I'm thinking like this probably back like he was 68 fucking I don't know like 15 years ago or something. So I'm thinking like back in the 60s, 70s, whatever, like he's telling me everyone used to just drink all shift and the facility was like cooled, and then they'd walk outside and like the sun would hit them and they'd get warm and they just get fucking loaded like that.
Oh,
like,
damn.
Like
that's a perk of a job. You don't have to go to the bar after you leave work. You just have to go into the sun.
They drink all day. They drink all day.
And they're fine because they're cold
enough.
Yeah.
And they're just working and whatever.
There goes my whole refrigeration theory.
But they would walk out and just like instantly be fucked up.
Fuck. That sounds literally that's one hell of a perk, and that's a job that I would thoroughly enjoy having there. Now, I'm loving this. I don't want to give the first ranking though, so I'm going to go over to Zach on this one. What is your ranking? You drank it straight for a week, other things included, liquor and whatnot. But what do you give this after being subjected to it for that long as the only option for beer? You still love it. What is your 0 to 100 ranking?
78.
78. Fair. I feel like this is going to wind up being a good ranking. Will, where are you going on this guy? Red Stripe.
Oh, Jesus.
Jamaican lager beer.
85.
85.
I really like it.
You really like it? That's fair. That is fair.
I think of Victor.
Yeah.
He was cool as fuck.
And he's about 85 now, so
probably about 85.
That works. All right. I'm also going to go higher than I expected to go. I'm going to give this a 77. It is really good. It is really. I'm interested. I've never had the light, so I'm interested. How much different is the light? Like, is it a Budweiser to Bud Light step down that you remember, or did you only drink regular Red Stripe?
I feel I probably only drank the regular.
Yeah, I've never. Has anybody ever had the light
I don't
before?
think I've seen it.
I think I had it, but I don't remember.
Okay.
I've never had it.
I've never had it. I'm interested to try that. Maybe we'll get to that in the future. Maybe we'll do a video of like the bold and the light. You know, like get like the big beer and the light beer from
the bold
each.
and the beautiful.
The bold and the beautiful, because the light beers generally tend to be more beautiful, in my opinion. Justin, where are you going on this, guy? 0 to 100 for Red Stripe Jamaican lager beer.
80.
80.
Wow.
Yes.
This guy, I think, just beat out all lagers. I think this just beat out all lagers on our list. And again, next week we'll be back to wrap all that up and discuss exactly where we found all our beers. What I'm planning, just so we know, I'm going to pull our top 5 all together, our bottom 5 all together, and we're just going to kind of talk about them. If I can get any of those beers, I'll probably bring them back. But then what I'm planning on doing is just making categories of all of the light beers, all of the lager beers, all of the et ceteras, you know, all of the ciders, the sours, and then IPAs as their own as well. I did talk to Joe from Abomination and said that we might be needing some more Wandering into the Fog to add to our taste test. So we're going to possibly be letting that defend its place in the top 5, because right now it's sitting at number 1. And I told him you got lucky.
Even if it doesn't get here till Wednesday, I'll still take
I'll
it,
still be happy.
Joe.
Just so everybody knows, there is an $80 package that you can get that includes a glass from Abomination, a T-shirt from Abomination, and a variety. I think he gives like 4 6-pack or 4 4-packs out for $80. So you
Four
can
4-packs, a T-shirt, and a glass. That's a good deal.
It's a good fucking deal.
Are
Seeing that
those-
most of their beers are like 8 to 11%.
Those are the local guys.
Those
right?
are the local
that
guys.
had that fucking
Oh,
fruity
yeah.
pebble beer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that fucking
It's-
fruity pebble beer was the best thing I've ever fucking
It's
drank.
so delicious.
They're like
and
right
it's
down
so-
the street.
But
dude.
they
My
moved.
friend-
They moved. They're up in Connecticut now, so they're brewing out of Connecticut.
They've been on
fuck.
twice now.
Twice now, yeah.
Yeah,
Abomination's
no,
been on the show.
my
Yeah.
buddy lived next door to him randomly.
Yeah, Josh and Joe, 2 fucking amazing guys with just
Fruity Pebble
fucking,
Bear,
They're
fucking love
also
it. Love
including maybe in that you're also getting some of their coffee, because they started
I did see
roasting
that.
coffee as well. So
wow.
we're gonna have to do a coffee thing.
Yeah.
We got
We're
a
gonna
lot
have
of shit.
to order a fucking pack.
Oh, definitely. We're all going to have to order one just so we can all get T-shirts, and the T-shirts are fucking awesome, as is all of their artwork. All right, so we've got Red Stripe in the books. We're going to be back next week to talk about all of the beers that we've consumed. But the next single, the final single from Voodoo Shakedown, is going to be their music video. This one came out back in 2018, but it is still one of their top-rated songs that they've ever released. The single is called Down Below, and it just keeps in the same vein of the fun blues rock feel that we've been hearing from them. So let's just jump right into that, and when we come back, we're going to continue sipping on these beers that we've been sipping on, and it's time to talk funky cheese. All right, here you go.
Cheese, man.
Down Below, Voodoo Shakedown. Enjoy.
I've been working hard, but I ain't seen it down.
have it. Again, that is Voodoo Shakedown. That is the video for Down Below. You can go check them out again once, and not the last time, because I'm going to say it at the end of the show, at Voodoo Shakedown on Instagram and Twitter and wherever music is streamed, right alongside Brunch, right alongside us. We're on there. They're on there. Beach Boys are on there.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin's on there. So is the Led Zeppelin band Greta Van Fleet. So
G.G. Allen.
G.G. Allen?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's. I didn't know.
I
if
like G.G. Allen.
you do. You're gonna get a
Maybe
G.G.
that's the
Allen
first time
tattoo.
I said that. People are gonna cancel me now.
Yeah,
I'm a fucking.
He is.
Yeah,
pro
I
throwing
am
shit
a
at people.
definitely. I'm a G.G. Allen fan. 100%.
I was in a G.G. Allen cover band at one point.
Really?
I was.
Were you the singer?
Were you
I
G.G.?
was.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can
did
see
you ever
that.
shit in your own hand?
I definitely like.
Got close?
No, but I
I
definitely.
farted and high
I
five
definitely
people.
like beat the shit out of myself.
Yeah.
Like pretty bad.
So you just did on yourself. You didn't turn it on the crowd.
This was at the age of 17. Oh my god, I was.
Did you?
Shit. Gigi might have still been alive at that, or was
No, Gigi was done for years at that point.
No.
I'm not that old, kid.
Allen.
Sorry.
Oh,
Come on, dude, I'm not
jeez.
50.
Oh, jeez.
He's one of those
jeez,
guys-
Allen.
Like, if I had a time machine, I could go back.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I want to see, like, fucking Pink Floyd at Pompeii.
Yeah.
I want to see Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock.
Yeah.
I want to see Gigi Allen the night he died.
Yeah.
Just in a gutter, like.
Yeah, I want to be
Hi.
at the show and then just follow him around on his fucking
You wanna
last 6 hours of life.
You would just like.
But then
go on
butterfly
crazy
effect,
benders
butterfly
and,
effect, you'd wind up
I'd
being the
probably
reason
die.
that he dies. You would be like, let's have fun tonight. It's your last night. And he'd be like, what are you talking about? And he'd be like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just do all of
Just-
the heroin that you can find.
Yeah,
Just keep doing it.
Do all of the shit smearing that you can. Do everything you love to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So either way, Voodoo Shakedown. You can check
G.G.
out other
Allen.
music.
G.G. Allen.
GG Allen is a thing that you can check. Does anybody know what GG stands for? Is there a thing that it stands for?
His birth name was Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, his father was a psychopath. And he
Not
spent-
Jesus. Jesus.
Jesus. He spent like the first 7 years of his life, him, his brother, and his mother held hostage by his father in a cabin in the woods that had no running water and no
Then
electricity.
we can forgive
till
him
his
for
mother,
not becoming the Unabomber and just becoming a fucking like.
But then
anarchist
his mom
punk rock.
finally was like just finally rescued them, got
Yeah,
them out,
got them out.
and out of
Where's
they were-
that biopic? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right.
Jesus
It was-
Allen.
And it was fucking New England
Jesus
too.
Allen.
So they were in a
Jesus Allen
fucking
Christ.
a cabin with no power in New England. It was crazy.
That's not a comfortable spot to be. That's
No.
that's backseat of a
And
Volkswagen
then, I
right
think
there.
his
Not
name
comfortable.
officially was. I don't remember what is it. Gigi is.
I don't even fucking.
But he was
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Jesus was the name on his birth certificate when he was born.
Now,
Jesus.
I wonder if his brother was named Caesar or something.
Oh, he
like
was
that.
born Jesus Christ Allen, yeah.
Jesus Christ Allen.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ Allen. Wow, that's amazing. Oh my god,
It really is.
that is
I guess
amazing.
Fuck.
This is
Allen.
weird. I guess he renamed himself Kevin Michael G.G. Allen.
Kevin Michael G.
Well, G.G.
I think it was Gigi because that's what his brother called him.
Oh, instead of Jesus, yeah,
Yeah, they call
you
it
gotta have a
Gigi.
nickname.
Not
Dude,
Jesus.
who's gonna play Gigi in the biopic?
Oh my god, old adult. How old did he live to? 40? Did he even
I
get
don't
to
think
40?
that-
Nah, I don't think so.
In his 30s or something like
Yeah.
that.
34 or some shit.
All right, so we gotta go younger. Let's just give it to Zac Efron. Let's just let Zac Efron get real fit and scrawny.
He died when he was 36.
36. All right. Hey, he's
close.
still got time. He's still got time.
I outlived G.G. Allen. Fuck yeah.
Yes. And the entire 27 club. That's always a weird thing when you turn 28 and you're like, well, I guess I didn't accomplish anything and die early. So, oh well.
Jesus Christ Allen
Live to 30.
outlived Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, that is
Jesus Christ, Alan. Oh my Lord. Oh,
no,
your dad. Oh, your
Approved
dad.
savior,
All
lives
right,
longer.
guys. So tonight we are premiering our 4th of 5 tracks in our Funky Cheese funk album that is called Bubba Cheddar. Last week we released the Ballad of Bubba Cheddar. Before that we did Feta. And before that, Gouda.
Yep.
Tonight.
I love Gouda.
Gouda's great.
It's the best.
Gouda's
Really
amazing.
good.
But tonight we are diving into one of my favorite cheeses.
Yeah.
Cheeses Christ Allen.
Jesus Christ, Alan.
Cheese is crisp, Alan.
Jesus Crisp Allen.
Oh, jeez.
This week we're talking about brie. We're talking about brie, which is a fine, soft French cheese. Nice edible rind on there. You can eat the whole thing. But one thing you might want to know about brie is there's a window that you want to eat brie in. All right. You don't want to eat it too soon; it'll be hard. You know.
Right.
It won't be nice. And you don't want to eat it when it's too far gone. Over-ripened. It's going to be all runny, and although I'm not really afraid of overripe cheese. If you
That's
didn't
my
know,
nickname in high school.
overripe cheese. That's still your nickname. That was your nickname 4 minutes ago during that last song. Toxic Karate Overripe Cheese Edition. But I wanted to do a song this week that had Brie in it because Brie is also a girl's name, so you can just kind of write lyrics about Brie, and it can sound sexual, and you know, like people can take it however they want to take it, but really this song is just about the love affair of the cheese Brie. And I think in our story with Charles that got fired in the first song, I think that Brie is like his first love. Brie is like, he's now kind of on the rebound after like working for Bubba Chetta and everything. He's now trying to get his life back together. Yeah. And he's just obsessed with how he lost the chance with his one true love, Brie. Right. But lyrically, the song is actually about how you should just eat Brie when it's ready to be eaten, and don't go too soon, don't go too late. So read whatever you want to read into this. Right. It's about eating cheese at the right time.
Brie wants to be eaten, though.
Brie wants to be eaten and baked and with jams and with figs.
Fried
and,
is my favorite.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever had
nut crusted and deep fried.
Oh, I've never nut crusted and deep. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, you take like a whole cashews, almonds, like a whole mix. You crush that.
Ooh.
So it's not powder, but like little pebbles.
Yeah, panko sized.
When are we doing this?
Tonight. We're going to the late
night.
Let's go to White Story now, dude.
I used to make that shit. Even at Jackson made that shit all the time. It's like the easiest thing to do with
never had it, but would love to. Now you got home, Zach, and I said that I was thinking Redbone.
Yes.
And then you went upstairs.
I listened to two songs.
Yes.
Come and Get Your Love by Redbone.
Yes.
And Redbone by Childish Gambino.
Because you did not know which one I meant.
I knew which one you meant.
You knew. I loved the Childish Gambino, everything about Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, I love. But I always forget that song is called Redbone. Yeah. And so I definitely was going more like Come and Get Your Love, that feel. But you went upstairs with those two songs, you listened to them, and then you pulled from both of them and made what the bass layer
I did bass first, weirdly enough. First time ever.
In a funk song, though, that kind of works. Like, I feel like a lot of funk songs probably start with the bass player just sitting there fucking around on something, and then the drummer's like, what are you doing? All right, I'm with you. And then the guitar comes in, waka, waka, waka. Yeah, 100%. Now, I know you went up there, you did that track, and then Justin, you jumped in to the drums, and at one point we were about to work on the chorus, and he goes, all right, so here's the next part. Zach hits, record, and you start going, and you don't know that it's supposed to be the chorus, and you just do this totally different thing that if we had said this is the chorus, you would never have done.
Right.
And it wound up making the song totally different.
Right.
It really expanded the song. What was your feelings behind the drum kit tonight? What were you thinking on? Like, there
was a lot laid out, so I was just trying to go off of what was there.
It was a fun bass line. There was bass lines.
There were synths.
Mm-hmm.
When Justin got it, I had a lot of I had guitar, organ.
Yeah. We kind of did this the most out of order that we've ever done a song. We were down here, Justin and I, working on something for next week. So you had a little bit more time upstairs without us. Right. And you kind of got almost everything except, but you were working on guitar, I think, when we went upstairs, really. Like, that was about it. And then, you jumped in, laid the drums down. and added a couple more layers of synth, cut things up a little bit, and then we jumped into vocals. And this is one of the first times in a while that I try to go with the higher register. And it's funk. I've been kind of going and more relying on the mids and the lows because, you know, a lot of funk tends to be that. But funk also has that higher thing. And I tend to strain when I get towards the notes that I know that I'm about to peak out on. So it's a raspy, dirty funk feel to this song.
It's a funky ball of tits.
It's a funky ball of tits. Funky Ball of Tits sounds like a name of somebody from like 120 years ago. Oh, good old Funky Ball of Tits.
Or
Ball of
it's,
Tits.
yeah, it's a sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to the deli. What do you want?
Got that
I got a
funky
funky ball of tits.
Yeah.
You know, it's bologna and salami.
Yeah, wrapped
Weird.
around a chicken cordon bleu ball, stuffed into giant meatball on a Kaiser roll.
That's bologna and meatballs with gravy. Oh.
You just said at
Yeah,
least
but
four
are you
things I
talking?
agree
What
with.
kind of gravy are you talking about? Are you talking about tomato sauce or
Tomato
you're
sauce?
talking about,
Yeah, we New York gravy in? We New York gravy
what
in?
kind of gravy?
Yeah, meatball? No.
Gravy's tomato
Beef
sauce
gravy,
in New York.
pork
just saying.
gravy.
No. Southern
I
white
think that's more of a
biscuit
Jersey
gravy.
thing.
Alright,
I think it's a Jersey thing.
Is it Jersey?
Probably.
Dude.
Staten Island is the New Jersey of New York, so I'll give you that.
Dude,
But
meatballs,
Staten Island, they definitely
bologna,
called it gravy.
yellow American cheese, and Southern Texas style spicy chicken gravy.
I'm all down with this.
Yeah, I'd try it.
This is the
I'd have
worst,
some.
best thing we've ever created. And
I want some of those tacos.
Oh,
fuck
tacos.
yeah,
Tacos are fucking good. All right. So our song tonight, again, Brie. What time do we come in at on this one? We're keeping them pretty short.
3:55 with a crazy outro.
All right, 3:55 with a crazy outro. So that gives Will about 4 minutes to munch on some taco.
Yep.
So here you guys go.
I like
Our
munching on
brunch
taco.
weekly original single for season 5, episode 24. Here it is, Brie.
Bunch.
I'm missing out when
guys, there you have it. Episode 5, season 24, the 4th track off of Bubba. Season 5, episode 24. What did I say? Season 4, episode 24. What did I do?
I think you did season 24.
Either way.
I could be wrong.
You might be wrong. I might be wrong. For all I know, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You might be the lunatic we're looking for.
Might be. We might be. All right. So that is, again, the 4th track. One more. Still undetermined as to what we're going to be wrapping up with. I'm just going to say, the thing in my back is just American cheese.
Americana cheese?
Americana cheese. We riff, we can sample stuff from Americana, the album Americana, into this, maybe pull the flute or something like that or whatever, and just trick it in there a little bit. We can do something.
Was this
weird.
Offspring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck.
That's
really funny.
No, not Offspring. We have an album called Americana Super Soul. Or ASS for short.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, that will be released with every other song on YouTube over the next week.
Yep.
And then after next week, we will be dropping Bubba Chetta as a whole on your iTunes, Apple Music, your Spotify, your Pandora, your... Justin, do you remember the names of the other ones that we've... Tidal? We've been getting updated on what we are now streaming on.
Second.
I know Amazon, whatever their music thing is.
Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube, Amazon.
Amazon, there you go. Yep.
Pandora, Deezer, Tidal, iHeartRadio, MediaNet, and a bunch of other ones.
We can get on to good podcasts and stuff now. And
I hate those commercials every day. iHeartRadio now #1 for podcasts.
Yeah. Now we invited Will to be on the show tonight.
I have no idea what's in the box. I'm really excited.
What's in the box?
I don't know
What's
if
in
they
the
can see
fucking
box, but I have this box here, and
What are you doing? Hey,
last week.
what are you doing?
It's my dick. I put it in the box. Last week we had thought of this idea. And Will was able to make it this week. So I've been sitting on this idea for a week. I've teased this to Will on St. Paddy's Day. Zach and I were hanging out with him, and we wouldn't let him know. But I did tell him that if he guessed it, I would tell him. And so far, he hasn't even come close.
Any other guesses?
Any other guesses that you could think?
What are you doing to my water?
What?
What are you doing to my water?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you doing?
But
Are you doing to my water?
He did just make a reference to this.
God.
So I don't know if you know what that is.
Creamy.
Yeah. So what is that, Will?
Holy shit! This is Bailey's.
That is Bailey's.
This is about as close as you get to Bailey's without your eyes getting wet.
Yeah. So what do you think we're doing tonight?
We're gonna do some fucking car bombs.
No. I'll tell you that. It has nothing to do with bombs.
Are we doing watercolors?
No, we're not doing watercolors. What could we possibly be doing with Bailey's?
And those references we gave you earlier.
And you referenced Old Greg in the middle of listening to our song. Actually, before it, and I missed the reference.
The Funky Bullet Tits, yes.
The Funky Bullet Tits was an Old Greg reference. I'm going to give you one more guess, and then we're going to show you what we're doing, and we're all going to be partaking. What could we possibly be doing with Bailey's?
I don't know.
Well, we're going to be drinking it out of a shoe.
Oh my god.
So, I have shoes for everybody. Here's your shoe.
My fucking god.
I'm gonna pass Zach if you don't mind getting up. If you can pass that over to Justin.
Oh,
and you might have to
my
readjust
God.
that one. That bag came a little undone. Now, Justin and I were in Walmart, and I went, I have an idea. We went to the liquor store, and I bought some Baileys, and then I went to the children's department of the shoe section in Walmart, and I bought some children's shoes for us. So here we go with the Baileys over there. Now,
Creamy.
creamy.
It's all creamy, baby.
We, for years, as many of you in the world that are fans of the Mighty Boosh or just fans of mimetic videos, just videos that became memes. Old Greg is one of the OGs. That is one of the first videos that I had no context for what Old Greg was. I didn't know it was part of another show. And when I first met Will, literally the first night, we are hitting it off and we're back and forth. talking about this, and every time we greeted each other for years, it kind of fell off in the last couple of years just because it's like, we do it when we get very drunk. We'll start saying, well, what you doing in my waters? I'll deal with the other way. I dealt with Curly Jefferson. But the one question that is asked every single time you reference this is, have you ever drinked Bailey from a shoe? Bailey's from a shoe. Have you ever drank Bailey's from a shoe?
Followed up by, do you want to come to a club where people wee on each other?
Yes, so stay tuned for that video after this, where we go to a club where people wee on each other.
Zach's
but right
been
now,
there. Zach has been there.
Zach's been there.
Jamaica.
Jamaica's
Jamaica's
the name of the club
where people weed on each other.
We are now going to
might have weed on.
take a sip out of our straws, out of our Baileys in a shoe. So from now on, if somebody ever says, have you ever drank Baileys from a shoe, we can all say, why, yes, I have. So here we go. Cheers. Cheers. There you go. You know, for not having such a high alcohol content, it does hit you with the alcohol when you sip it through a tiny straw at room temperature.
It's creamy.
Oh, this is good. This is really good. I feel like only old women ask for Baileys, and that's a stereotype that we need to start busting.
Yeah.
I think more men need to be confident that they just want to taste a good creamy Baileys.
Just ask your local bar to get your baby shoe.
17%, yeah.
Ask your local bar to start carrying baby shoes.
Or bring your own baby shoe with you.
It's like a miniature Das boot.
Now,
you know?
Will, I'll let you know, you get to keep the shoe.
I mean, I'm gonna change the bag, maybe the coffee stir.
Yeah. But you get to keep the shoe. All of you get to keep your own shoes. All right. You get to keep your own shoes. That's my gift to all of you there.
Thanks.
Now we're gonna wrap up this episode sipping on the Baileys.
Now the real game is everybody. You have to acquire all 4 shoes from.
You have to find. Yeah, you have to kill off everybody else and get all the
Jesus
shoes.
Christ.
Dude, last week when I came home,
the fucking the Thanos ending.
Mm-hmm. I've completed a drink of Baileys from my shoe. So last week when you came home, Zach, what happened? Did you have
there was a Walmart bag on my kitchen counter with 2 pairs of child shoes in it.
Oh yeah.
I just looked at this shit. I'm like, oh, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
Dude, that was fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, brother.
Fucking awesome.
We wanted to do it on the St. Patty's Day episode, but it's never too late to drink Baileys from a shoe. And I suggest that everybody listening at home in the future, in the past,
Jeff's
in the present,
got a shoe.
Jeff, get a shoe filled with Baileys. Everybody, start recording yourself drinking Baileys from a shoe, and we're gonna tag Noel in it. We're gonna tag fucking what's the mustache guy's name, Michael or whatever his name. We're gonna tag them in these and try to get a trend going of other people drinking Baileys out of a shoe. We went with children's shoes. You can go with a boot. You can go with work boot, a cowboy boot. You can go with your old Etnies that you've not changed ever. That you just
dude, I haven't had a pair of Etnies in a long time.
Oh, are you wearing Etnies?
They're DC.
Oh, they're DC. You go with your big old puff skate shoes.
No, it has to be a shoe.
It has to be a shoe. Well, I mean,
sandal?
you can
do
put
like
a bag
a
in
Ice luge.
Ice luge down a sandal.
You guys want to ice luge down my sandals?
Oh, you got to tag Bootsy Collins. You definitely,
definitely see around corners.
And then tag brunch as well while you're at it. Houseboat, comic, won't shut up. Fuck you. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it.
You won't.
But yeah, I couldn't think of any better.
Dude.
It's so good.
Yes.
I couldn't think of any better reason to get you on the show than to drink Baileys from a shoe. So cheers to you, brother. Thank you for being here on this wonderful episode.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah! Huge shout out to Voodoo Shakedown again from Toronto at Voodoo Shakedown Music on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find our music on all the platforms that you can find all of their music. So check out Apple Music /iTunes. Go check out Spotify. All
really,
the
whatever
places
you're listening
that Justin just listed. If you're looking for music, we are there somewhere, along with Voodoo Shakedown.
We should put ourselves on LimeWire.
Yes.
It's still a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
We should just upload, like, who's going to sue us? Us?
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, we could. We've discussed this, where we get to have multiple costumes.
Get it for free.
Yeah.
Get it from LimeWire. Get it from BearShare.
I got a lawyer for you.
You got a lawyer that's
fuck
good.
My record label. Who owns the record label? Me.
Yeah, I'm suing myself. What you gonna do about it? All right, what you gonna do? You can go check out other shows from Moot.tv. Let me ask you a question, starring Anthony DeAngelis, the GREGG Man, and our super producer EJ5000. Also, back episodes of the Derek D. Dozen and White Wasabi, all on the Moot Monday drop. So you can go to moot.tv in your browser. It is a link, moot.tv. It works. You can buy a bunch of swag from them, get t-shirts with Anthony's faces on it, fucking weird coffee mugs with Anthony's faces on it, all of his faces, at least 2 of them. You can check out our friendly podcast, But What Do We Know? Mm-hmm. You can check out them. We do music for them. You can also check out Not Movies, where they make up a different movie every episode, and also starring one of those guys, Sean. You can check out Sean and Dave Make Music, where they have a recent episode where they performed with Todd Glass, which was really fucking awesome for them. We have a lot of stuff coming down the line. Right. We have some changes that are going to be happening. Again, next week is our season finale. We will have Dom Trimboli for his 3rd time appearing on the show. And also, tying Dom for his 3rd time, Cisco will just be here, hanging out and trying to make us laugh, doing what Cisco does best.
I need to come back.
Being silly and being fun.
Wait, no, this is Will's. How many times?
This is
no,
Will's
actually, no, fuck that.
On the show, 4th overall.
4th overall.
4th overall. Woo. Still very far behind some other names like Mark, James-O, and Mike. Really, James-O, Mikey, Mark, I think is the order it goes. But either way,
I've been
you're on the list.
Well, shit, you and Justin have been on the show one more time.
Yep. Only us have been here every single time. Because it's got my name on it, and I don't know what I'm doing without that guy. So that's a good way to transition. Thank you to Mr. Justin Olimpedo for getting everything put together and out for everybody.
Fuck yeah.
Big ups to Justin. Ribbed for Justin's pleasure. Yep. And as always, Mr. Zachary.
I do want to go to a club where people wing on each other.
Stormin! We're going to make his dream come true in an upcoming episode. Don't worry. We're going to make it come true. It's called R. Kelly's.
It might come true sooner than later.
It's called We Are Kelly's. We are apostrophe.
It's like Toys R Us.
Yeah, but it's just a club where people we on each other. All right, guys. Well, as always, to sign off, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck the fans.
Fuck you.
And Francis
Coppola.
God damn it, Coppola!
Yeah.
I also had Francis Drake. That was the one that I wanted to make sure was a real person. Either way, fuck you. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Damn it.
Moot.tv.
I had Francis Ford Coppola.
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him, we're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some